Hi guys, welcome to another video. I'm talking Hermes today. Why I will never ever buy an Hermes bag pre-loved. I will not buy one. Why will I not buy one? Why am I so certain I will not buy one? Is it a never say never? No, I will never buy one. Let's get going. I have quite a few Hermes bags. I have been extremely lucky, or some people call it luck, some people just say it is what it is. But I have quite a few Hermes bags and they're all bought direct from store. Now, in the last 2 years, 2 and a bit years, things have massively changed for me. I have done many a video on this, telling you guys why. Well, I don't know why, but the fact that my Hermes journey is over, the fact that I will not play the game, and therefore that is probably why my Hermes journey is over. I've explained how I haven't had to play a game, how I have only bought a couple of things in between those offers of quota bags. I certainly haven't done a pre-spend, and we keep going round in circles with this, but a pre-spend, to me, my definition is that it's a pre-spend of things that you do not want, or even things that you do want, but it's spending a fortune on other things at Hermes in order to be offered a bag. And the pre-spend can be one-to-one, that you spend £10,000 on homewares and fine jewellery and other things, and then you will be offered a bag that is in the region of 10,000. Or sometimes it can be 2-to-1 that you have to spend, and sometimes the sales associates are very obvious that that is what you have to do, and in some places it seems that it's less obvious that that is what you've got to do, and it's a bit of a guessing game. But if you were to spend 20 grand on all these different things, I suspect you would get a quota bag offer if that's what you're after. So my point was that I have never done that. I've bought a couple of pairs of earrings, a couple of bracelets, nothing really that much. And I had about, how many offers did I have? Oh, a good 7 or 8 offers, I would think, over the period. Maybe even more, because there are quite a few that I did turn down. So this is over a period of maybe 4 years that I had at least 1 or 2, sometimes even more, offers in a calendar year, which was unheard of. Anyway, that was my experience for a few years. But of course, things have changed. The allocations team have now been put into force. It seems as though the sales associates no longer have a lot of clout, and therefore it doesn't matter what you say to them, doesn't matter what you buy from them, it doesn't matter. It is the allocations team that's more sort of central head office who decides who gets what. Now, I take it with a pinch of salt, and I am sorry, but I do, because even in the days when I was able to purchase direct from store, there were little rules that were happening then that just didn't apply. So, for example, let me tell you about this particular story. So when I first got chatting to the sales associate that became my first ever sales associate from Hermes in London, and he said that you just have to keep coming in and hope that a bag is available for you, which obviously is not the case, but that was the first thing that you are told as a customer. As the conversation went on, it then went into a little bit more of, well, we could have a look for one for you, and you could just give me an idea of the sort of things that you'll be looking for. And so the rules changed and they changed again, where no, you can't, you still need to keep coming in and everything else, and we can't just tell you on email. Then it was, well, give me your email and send me an email with all your requirements, your idea of your dream bag, and I will maybe have a look for you. It was then moved on from that to, okay, I'm going to find one for you. It was then, if I do find one, you have to come that very day to London and buy the bag. And if you don't, we cannot hold it, we cannot reserve it. It will be, unfortunately, not for you. And then when I explained, I do not live anywhere near London, I have a very important, very routine, very strict job that I just cannot, at the drop of a hat, run down to London for a handbag. I was then told, okay, well, we'll be able to hold it for a day. So if you can't come that day, you'd have to come the following day. The conversation then went on to, actually, we do have a bag for you. Would you like it? And I was absolutely, yes, please, but I cannot get to London today or tomorrow. Oh, it's okay. We'll hold it for a week for you. So it went from that and me saying, well, can I pay for it now and come down for it when I can get there? So I've paid for it, or paid a deposit at least, so you know it's secured. No, we can't do that. We can't take payment over the phone. You can't send a bank transfer. You can't pay by card over the phone. You have to come into store to do it. It then went from that on another occasion to, oh yeah, no, we can post it to you. Yeah, no, we can take the money over the phone, and we'll just special delivery it. And actually, one of the times, and it was very bizarre. I'm laughing because it was a very bizarre situation. But it was when I actually, it's up there, when I got my Birkin 35, I could not get to London. And he said, oh, it's okay, I'll get it couriered up to you. And literally the following day, this limousine type car arrived at my office, and the guy literally had transported it in his limousine, and he came to the door, and I had to show ID and everything else, and I was handed this security sealed box. You would think it was government secrets or something. I was surprised I didn't have to sign the Official Secrets Act. It was bizarre. Everybody in the office was, what on earth is that? Anyway, I didn't tell them it was a handbag. I think they'd have been absolutely, what on earth? Yeah. So anyway, I've gone off on a long tangent with that. But what I'm saying is, once you get to know the SA, the rules change. The rules changed. I was told the whole time you can't have more than 2 quota bags in a year. Everybody was telling me that. Everybody on the internet, even the sales associate said that at one point. And then no, I was offered. In fact, at one point I had 3 bags in a 12-month period. I just did. I don't know how, but I did. So when people say, no, they won't let you do that, well, they did. So what I'm saying is, when the system has changed now, and they say to you, no, you can't WhatsApp and ask about anything other than, you can WhatsApp them about costume jewellery, maybe shoes, maybe some ready to wear, leather goods, absolutely not. You cannot for any, even the quota bags or non-quota bags or small leather goods, anything like that, you have to go into store. You cannot WhatsApp your sales associate and ask if they have a Calvi card holder. You certainly can't ask, do you have an Evelyn coming in? Do you have, obviously you can't ask, what's happening with my wish list? Is anything happening with it? Can I just double check anything? You cannot do that. So these rules are crazy in my world. In this day and age with technology, they're just, Hermes are always trying to make it a little bit less attainable and more mysterious, and they just love all of that. And it's a bit crackers, isn't it? But there we are. But when the sales associates say that they have no say whatsoever in allocations, I don't believe it. I do believe that they can put their case forward for their client, and certain clients, they get calls all the time. This is coming in, do you want it? I know that for a fact, but it doesn't happen for me. So it used to happen for me, it doesn't anymore, and that was because my sales associate left. I then passed over to another one who was equally as amazing. He then left and things completely changed. So I think unless you can still get that relationship, then it's not going to happen. So anyway, that was all about my Hermes journey being over from the store. I then managed to get an Hermes bag and Evelyn from New York, direct from the store. It's not a quota bag. I was very lucky they happened to have one in. He was happy to sell it. Bob's your uncle. So why would I not go down the pre-love route in that case? If I love the Hermes bags, which I do, and I do want more, and I'm struggling to get them direct from store, and I've had all those issues, why wouldn't I just go pre-loved? Well, it's just the prices. And I understand it's all market prices and resellers are there to make money and everything else. But there's something in me that just, I suppose I feel a little bit irked by the fact that I used to be able to buy them direct from store. And I know what I paid for them, and paying more than double for the same exact thing. I don't know, there's something yeah. I think if you literally cannot get your hands on one and you are happy to pay that amount for one, and you maybe would have done a pre-spend anyway if that's your choice, that it might be cheaper to just buy it pre-loved than it would to do all the pre-spend, all the stuff you don't want, and then buy the bag. If you're ever offered one, you might not even be offered one. So I understand why people do buy pre-love, but the prices are just so crazy high, and they are, I know it's all to do with availability and desirability and all of that, but yeah, the pre-love market has settled quite well recently, where things are not crazy prices. People are, yes, for those of us that are selling bags, we're not getting as much as we maybe did a little while ago, but that is, I think Amelia said this in one of her videos, that is sort of where the market should be. These are second-hand goods. They are second-hand, and therefore they should command, I don't know, half of what you paid for it. They shouldn't command double what you paid for it. It's a funny old world, isn't it? But the market seems to have stabilised somewhat, and there are some decent prices out there now, but not for these top-end Hermes bags still. Absolutely crazy amounts. So it seems that the resellers are, they will prefer, I think, to have these things in stock, knowing that they will sell it eventually, because they're timeless pieces. So maybe they're happy to hold the stock until they get the price they want, or maybe they're only on consignment anyway, which means that they're not owned by the store. They're actually owned by the previous owner, if you like. They still hold them, and the consignor are literally selling them on their behalf. So they're not actually holding stock at that point if it's on consignment. So maybe there are people out there who will not reduce their prices, because obviously everybody gets a bit less that way, and therefore these things are still there. Or are they selling? I don't know. I don't know whether the resellers are just trying to buck the trend, or whether they are actually selling. So I'd like to know from you guys, have you bought a pre-loved Hermes bag from one of the big consigners, say Bagista, Luxury Promise, Designer Exchange, Cellier, Knightsbridge, all of those ones? And did you pay an absolutely like 20k plus? Has anybody out there paid 20k plus for an Hermes bag? Please let me know. And also, let's start a discussion. If you have, there's no judgment on anything, because everybody can do whatever they want. Any bag is only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. And if you're willing to pay for it, then it was worth that to you. That's how it works. It's as simple as that. So if that is an amount that you have paid for an Hermes bag, on reflection now, are you still happy with your purchase? Was it a good thing? Was it a regret? I would just love to know. Anyway, I will not be buying one. I have got to the point where I will not pay double or triple the price for something that I knew that I could 2 years ago go in and buy. It just, and I know I was very blessed and very lucky. And I'm lucky to have the ones I've got, and I'm happy with the ones I've got. Yes, we'd all love more. None of us need any of these things. So I'm happy. I'm happy enough. If one comes along from the store, or maybe if I go on holiday and there happens to be an Hermes boutique, and you never know what happens when you're somewhere else. So I hope one day I will get another Hermes bag, but it won't be pre-loved. Mark my words, it will not be pre-loved. Famous last words. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.